Well, as leaders, people are um, in these days they're rethinking how they're doing things. They're rethinking how they approach the circumstances that we're in, whether it's right now, the last 6 months, or the next 6 months. But what would you say to people who are saying so, or as somebody who is not just survived but has flourished and prevailed against all odds, really, or against some pretty tall odds, I'll say. What do you say to leaders that because here's a chance for you to speak into leaders, this small business owners to executives are listening now. What do you want to say to them?
So I would say that you can't, so I came into banking in 2019, and in 2020, we've had the worst financial, health, economic crisis, in any of our living history. When I joined United Way in 2007, 2008 was the worst financial crisis up to that point. So I think that you've got to adhere to certain principles, but there is no script to life. There is no script to leadership. There are principles of leadership.
Right.
And so for me, I subscribe to a servant leadership mentality. What does that mean? It means listen deeply. So whether that's inside the organization or outside the organization, orient yourself to listen deeply. What does it mean? It means be empathetic. You have to step into someone else's shoes. What does it mean? It means foster healing. So in this time, in this crisis period where everybody's working nonstop, how do you foster a healthy environment, a balance? Not just for the organization and the people of the organization, but even for your life, if you are going to be a leader. It's also about self-awareness. Know thyself. I understand the things that I am gifted in and the things that I am not. And I invite people in my life to reflect back to me as appropriate. It's about the power of persuasion. In this critical time, you can lead by fear or you can lead by faith. Choose to lead by faith. Choose not to bring certainty, but to bring clarity. It's about conceptualization. That's simply a fancy way of saying vision. It goes back to our North Star. What do we believe God is positioning us, and what do we believe about ourselves as a corporation? It's about foresight. In business, foresight is all about scenario planning. You give folks options, and you want to think through those options. You want to think through the risks and the reward of each one of those options. It's about stewardship. Take care of that which you have been entrusted. That includes the people. And it's about commitment to growth in people. Even in this chaotic time, even in this challenging time, we've got to continue to stretch each other. I have people in my circle who stretch me each and every day. And finally, it's about building community. I often tell our team that culture is the soil out of which all good and bad things grow. What kind of soil are we nurturing? So I try to think, Pastor, really as a servant leader, my first objective is to serve and to position my people, my organization, to be the very, very best that it can be.